All right. We thank you guys once again to kick off the show. We are going to play our Biafran music.
Our nation, Biafra, our land, Biafra, our nation, Biafra, our land, Biafra. We are fighting for our nation, full of love. Our nation, Biafra, guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra, no matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra, everybody, let's come together. Our nation, Biafra, no one is to be rejected. No one is to be neglected. No one is to be defenseless. All in Biafra land, no. It's time to give justice a chance. So, I'm rejecting the evil ones. Restore our nation, love. We are fighting for our nation, full of love. Our nation, Biafra love. Guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra love. No matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra love. Everybody, let's come together. Our nation, Biafra love. We are supposed to have peace. No more oppression. Nobody will rob our children. The future and riches. No more games of politics.
Just love and equality. Love for humanity.
That's how it's supposed to be. We are fighting for our nation, full of love. Our nation, Biafra love. Guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra love. No matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra love. Everybody, let's come together. Our nation, Biafra love. We are one strong family, one people. We are one strong family, one people. We are fighting for our nation, full of love. Our nation, Biafra love. Guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra love. No matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra love. Everybody, let's come together. Our nation, Biafra love.
All right. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Before we get started on anything at all, we have to give honor to our heavenly host. For our listeners today, I am going to pray in my mother's tongue called Igbo. So Chukwu okike abịa ma Chukwu maara ihe niile, Chukwu maara obi anyị, Chineke anyị na-efe, Chineke kere na anyị, Chineke nna m otu si were dịrị anyị, Chineke nna nyere anyị ike anyị etete n'ụtụtụ a. Anyị na-asị na otuto na nsọpụrụ dịrị aha gị. Anyị na-asị na otuto na nsọpụrụ dịrị aha gị n'ebe kasị elu. Chineke na were obi umeala were na-abịakwute gị n'ụtụtụ a. Na-asị ka ihe anyị na-eme na ozi anyị ga-ezi ka anyị zigara ụmụnna anyị taa ka ọ wụrụ ihe ga-eme ka ihe gbanwee. Na ihe anyị na-eme ka o were dịrị ụmụnna anyị na mma, dịrị onye ukwu na mma, dịrị onye nta na mma. Chineke nna na ọ ga-adị otu ahụ. Maka anyị na-ana ihe na-awụghị nke anyị. Anyị na-anakwana ihe na-ezighị ezi. Anyị na-ana oke ruoro anyị. Chineke nna nye anyị oke ruoro anyị. Na ụmụnna anyị na ebe niile dị iche iche na-ata ahụhụ. Onweghị onye ga-atalife ụdịrị ahụhụ ụmụnne m na-ata. Chineke nna ya asị na ozugo nwote anyị isi nye ndị ọzọ eluigwe n'ụwa. Chineke si otu ahụ nyere m ụmụnne m eluigwe n'ụwa. Nwote ahụ isi gọzie ndị ọzọ. Chineke nna gọzie anyị otu ahụ. Na nwote ị ga-esi desa anyị n'ala akpọrọ land of milk and honey. Anyị a na-eri nshi na nshi nkịta. Ka ekwunotu o si were dị gị mma. Nwote ị ga-esi desara anyị horse. Anyị anọrọ n'ala. Ndị anyị ka mma rịkwasara elu horse na-ediga anyị ozi. Ewu Chukwu okike abịa. Ọwụ otu a ka isi wee chọọ ya. Anyị a na-asị na ike agwụgo anyị. N'ike agwụgo anyị na anyị chọrọ mgbanwe. Kwere maka ụmụnna anyị otu anyị si nọrọ everywhere. Anyị were ahụhụ na-aṅụ isi. Anyị were ahụhụ na-aṅụ isi na-achụ ọchụ. Nwụ na ị ga-ama anyị na anyị bụ ibu arụ. Na anyị bụ ibu the whole America a ga-ebuli funa na heme ofu Biafra na ebuli ya na-agagharị na-achịkwa ọchị n'elu ya na-agbakwa Chukwu okike abịa Chineke na ya chọzighị ụdịrị ihe ahụ anyị wee na-ayọ ka ị were otu aka ụmụnne anyị nke nọ everywhere ka ha mata ụdịrị ike ha nwere ebe ha nọ chịkọta onwe ha ọnụ and form ihe a na-akpọ strategic alliance with those that matters ka hapụ ị na-aga ka ndị na-enweghị uche anyị kọrọ gaa n'elu anyị akọrọ gaa n'ala anyị na-achịkọta onwe anyị ọnụ ka anyị gaa mara ihe wu the underlying problem mara ebe anyị shall solve ya anyị anaghị nọwa ịkọ asịrị ihe anyị nọwa ịkọ ọnụ Chineke na-akpọlata ụmụnne m ama m na ama gị ndị Britain na ndị oshi na ndị amasị anyị iriwesi nsi mebiri anyị ụbụrụ anyị meziri na ụmụnne m hụ ebe ihe na-emebi ha na-ele n'anya na-akọ sọsọ akụkọ ụmụnne m pụrụ na-eme ile vidio Biafra ngwa ihe hụ ka ụmụnne anyị na-aba mba ziri ezi and God was on their side ugbu a onye eketa oke nke ya alakposu na hapụ na ihe ahụ nothing is happening Chineke na-akpọta ụmụnne m n'ụra akpọtakwara ha n'ụra ka ha gaa nọrọ n'akụkụ ka na-ehi ụra ma kpọta ha n'ụra n'ihe kpọta ya n'ụra na mmụọ ka ha mara anyị elere ele na anya arụrụ arụ Chineke na ma ọla dị mgbe anyị ga-ezi ozi ọma anyị ga-ezi n'ụtụtụ na ọ ga-emetụ ha niile n'obi na onwe onye ha wu nne ala Biafra na onwe ihe anyị bịara iwere wu nke ha rada na anyị bịara ka anyị mezie ka ọ dịrị onye ukwu na onye nta na mma Chineke na-agọziri anyị ebe anyị nọ na Amerịka gọzie anyị dat na anyị chọọ ịlakpu na-ehi ụra anyị alakpuo na-ehi ụra beta ọwụ ihe Chineke chọrọ ka anyị ma ọ chọrọ ka anyị chịkọta ụmụnne anyị ọnụ ruoro ha eruru ọma nye ha ihe anyị ga-eji were gaa zọpụta onwe ha n'aka ekwensu ndị a ji ha Chineke na mee ka ha ghọta ya otu ahụ na onwe onye ọ na-esere anyị la na anyị hụrụ ụmụnne anyị n'anya ọkwana ihe ndị a ka anyị na-ayọ gị n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma nwa onye nwe anyị ise thank you Chineke. I'm getting a message that we are not on Facebook. I don't know why. I see myself here today at least. Sister Augusta, you online?
No, I think we are now. Not yet. I've not seen it yet.
You haven't seen it?
Sister Augusta, check your link. Check the WhatsApp, the women. Okay. Yeah. There's a link there to follow.
All right. I think we're we're okay now. I hope. I guess if you cannot see us, let us know. Well, the other day I couldn't see myself, but today I'm seeing it. So let's assume that it's working. Thank you, Muchineke, for joining us today. So our topic is maximizing our potentials. Maximizing our potentials. We all have potential. That's one thing we all have to know. But some people are not using it for their benefit, for any benefit at all. So any potential that you let go to waste is something that could have actually amounted to something that can help us, because right now we need every strategy that we can to get our struggle going. So it's called maximizing our potential. For every assignment, there's a provision. God would never send anyone on a mission without equipping that person. Every good invention, gift, or talent is for the common good of humanity. So when God will give you something for you to go and pocket for yourself, we have told the story of the talents, people that God gave talents, and the one that buried his talent was dealt with. So we always want to use our gift and our talent for the common good of humanity. Imagine the gift of aircraft, because it's an easy transportation, right? You can fly from anywhere that you want, any part of the world that you want, and conveniently get to your destination. Are we talking about medicine? It has extended our lifespan. Without it, people would have died, childbirth, anything could have easily killed you. Are we talking about anesthesia? Surgery without pain. I remember when my brother had his eye surgery as a baby, I was told that they had to hold him down for them to perform the surgery. But you can never hear of something like that. So you do anesthesia, you get it with surgery, and then you have antibiotics that cures things easily that would have killed you in the olden days. Are we talking about the social media where we can expose evil within seconds? Imagine if we don't have social media, what's going on in the zoo, how they would have killed everybody now. So over the years, humans have used their intellect to prove the world and life around them. But as laudable as these inventions are, without training and proper check and balances, the casualty will be huge, very, very huge. So imagine being flown by an untrained pilot, or even a drunken pilot, or being treated by unqualified doctor, surgeon, or health professional, or the menace of a quack pharmacist. Living in a world with untrained, unskilled, illiterate leaders, you will go in circle and you will never ever reach your destination. That's what we have done in Africa for the past 400 years. People are not properly trained for the job they are positioned. They are not properly trained for the job, for the position that they occupied. It's all a game of chance. You know, that's our language. Instead of doing it right. So we try our luck. We don't use any policies and procedures. We don't use any due processes. We don't use any planning. We don't use any training. We don't set any goals. We don't have strategies. Things are done anyhow. Anyhow you can, that is why we are not maximizing our potentials. We have potential, but we do not know how to maximize those. As a result, our outcome is always below expectation. In church is the same. In our families is the same. In politics is the same. In governance and leadership is the same. For example, in this 21st century, Nigerians allowed a man like Buhari, of all people, to be at the helms of their affairs. What are you expecting? What kind of results? What kind of result are you expecting? It's like somebody going to school, you didn't go with a textbook, you don't show up in class, you don't know when they take a test. There is no way in hell you will pass that test. Of course, if you're in the zoo, you will, because they will pay for you. So it's like giving an airplane to a drunken pilot, untrained pilot, and he will have the whole world. How many people can an international flight take? Up to what, 300, 400 people to go and crash? On this our show, we will continue to teach our people that problems do not solve themselves. On this our show, we will continue to teach our people that problems do not solve themselves. God does not come down from heaven to solve the problems. He has equipped us to solve it. So he will not, no matter how much you call him, he will leave it there for you because he has given you the brain. So in order to maximize the potential of any human system, human errors and mistakes must be put in check. Be it accounting, be it airline, be it healthcare. It's only when you meticulously put these checks in balance, checks in places, that you will see that the system, you will see if the system is reliable, right? Because it has to be reliable. Whenever you put something in check in place, it has to be reliable. A highly reliable system will ensure that all our potentials are maximized. Take example, in America here, the high success rate of America safety system did not happen overnight. People sat together, they put things together to ensure that success will occur. They did not wish it away. They did not wish it away. They worked towards it. They have something where they call the four-point check system, and especially in healthcare, where they are making sure that if you are going into surgery, that somebody will not cut off the wrong limb that wasn't affected. So what did they do? They got together, because actually happened here in America. Somebody's limb was accidentally cut off. He was supposed to be going in for the left leg or something. They cut off the right leg. Ebana rush. So imagine that kind of mistake. What did they do? They went back to the drawing board and look at what the issues are. They figure out that if they put this system in check, A, B, C, and D, something like this will not happen. So you come in for surgery, the person that will check you in will give you a paper to sign and ask you which limb did you come in to cut off today. You will say the right. Guess what? They will mark a checkpoint on it to make sure. And then the next person, when you go through anesthesia, they will ask you the same question. Admission area, they will ask you the same question. Everybody will mark it. And then when you get to the operating room, before they put you out, the operating doctor and the anesthesiologist now will ask you, which limb are they cutting off today? You would say they will mark it. So in your arm, let's say if it's your arm, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 to show that each person has marked it. And anyone that marked it will sign their name off that they have asked the patient and they have checked off. Because guess what? We know errors can occur. Humans are not perfect. So but in order to make sure that we are not doing things the wrong way, we put things in check to avoid those errors. So they eliminate guesswork and superstition. They took charge of their lives and responsibilities. When you shy away from your responsibility, you are prolonging your suffering. You are prolonging the lifespan of that problem, of that evil. Remember that like someone like Hitler, he never walked alone. He had people to execute his command. IBM built the machine that he used to count the Jews. Where is IBM today? Church bishop and priests were hailing him. He wiped off 6 million Jews right in front of them. Oh, they told him he was charismatic. They told him that, he's doing well. They told him that he's all this. No one called him to order. Remember, he wasn't working with ghosts. He was working with human beings. No one told him to stop. Today, investigation is going on all around. Arrests, as of today, is being made to make sure that these people are brought to book. You know what is right. When you know what is right, you rise up and you do it. Do not worry about the consequences. When someone tells you to do something, ask the necessary questions. Don't go, oh yeah, you're in charge. Boom, go and do it. What you're doing, does it make sense? What you're asking me to do, can we? And that's one thing I like about this system. They allow you to do these things by reasoning, by rationalizing things. Because the way you were thinking about it, I may say one word, you'd be like, whoa, I didn't know that was gonna happen. My sister Augusta mentioned this morning, oh, Sister Mona, please don't prolong the music because people are using their data. I would have never thought about that because I live where data is not a problem. So that's what happens when you interact with other people. They can give you an idea that you didn't even think about. So no one person knows it all. Engage your leaders. When someone asks you to do something, you ask the necessary question. Engage your leaders in meaningful conversation. It's okay. Do not be follow. Find out what makes sense. Let it make sense in your brain. We're not saying that we're going to sit there and wait for you all day long, but ask the necessary question, maximizing your thinking capabilities. Be involved. Exercise your right as a human being. Even 50 years to come, we will get you for the evil that you're doing to our children today, wherever you are. So stay away from wickedness. Use your resources. We should use our resources for positive outcome. We must do that. All the things that we're doing on this show is only for the betterment of our people. We want to be able to engage our people. We want people to start overcoming the Maggie effect. That's what I'm going to call it. The Maggie effect, or should I call it the Biafran war effect? Something happened to my people, especially my male species in my country, in my land, that my brothers and sisters, when they have problems, especially because problems, there's different types of problems. You can have problem of paying rent, yes, you can work double shift. I'm talking about problems, especially when it comes to self-preservation. These people just, the Maggie effect. We have to overcome that. Sister Augusta, please continue.
Yes, we really have to overcome that, as you rightly said, the Maggie effect. Yeah, Maggie contains MSG, monosodium glutamate, whatever. So this thing depletes somehow. It comes in little quantity, and we don't know. When you eat it for a long period of time, start diminishing a part of your brain that's supposed to be working effectively. So you are so right. The checks and balances we've been talking about is very, very interesting. And this means we have to maximize our total potentials, which is necessary for moving this struggle forward. For instance, in pharmacies in America, there are special software that ensure that human errors are reduced. Because human error is one of those things that kill patients easily. You understand? So there are steps. This software will not allow you to proceed to the next step unless you have done the first step right. You have to authenticate it, you have to verify it, you have to sign up on it. So before you give a patient any medicine, you have to make sure that you are giving the right patient the right medicine, the right dose, and at the right time. So all these things you have, the software stops you at each time. Because if you have the patient profile and the patient, you know the kind of medication this patient is taking, you know the other medication that will have interaction with the new one that the doctor has prescribed, you should be able to, the software would tell you to stop. So that is what we are saying in effect. There is checks and balances here in America, and that is why America works. And if we take the same attitude to our Biafra, trust me, it's going to be exceptional. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be lovely. The truth is that White man does not have a lot of physical strength. So over time, he has mastered the art of maximizing his potentials. He maximizes his time, his physical strength, his money and his resources, and his life. When we come to time, okay, for instance, yesterday we went for a weight keep. They didn't start until what they are supposed to start at 9 o'clock, they start until like 11:30. Yeah. And you are wondering that, oh, wait, man, they don't do that. 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock, 5 o'clock is 5 o'clock. Their time is important. They don't mess with their time. Their physical strength, if they cannot do it physically, they would have to form a machine that would do it. So they don't waste their time on frivolities. Because that is what we do. We waste our time on frivolities a lot. Their life is important, their money and their resources, these things are important.
Their time is important, yes.
Exactly. They don't go to spend when they know they don't have enough. It's important. Look, the white man plans his life. He knows that at the end of so time, he's going to go for vacation. They don't mess with their vacation. They don't. Because a whole lot of us there, I can't even remember the last time I took one myself. So they don't mess with their vacation. It's so important to them that they have to enjoy their life.
Right, to rejuvenate your thinking faculties, right? Exactly. Take a break.
Exactly. They know when to take a break. Here we are working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, just because we have to satisfy our family members back at home. We have to satisfy our own lifestyle too here. Because guess what? Some of us live above our means. We try to live, we want to let people know that we have a right. So these are the things that we need to figure out so that we can help us moving forward. But it seems like the black man loves suffering. Even when you try to make life easier for him, he would ignorantly choose the hard way. That's why we are wondering, is it the Maggie that has affected us? Is it culture? Because our culture is really, really unique. But is it is it religion that has subdued our mentality that we no longer reason? We have become the Ogadimma people. Like, don't worry, Ogadimma, on Nakachineke. When Chineke has told you that, go ahead and do this thing. You don't have to wait for me. Right. He has given you, he has given you the brain, he has given you the wherewithal. He has positioned things strategically around you that you can use. And you are still waiting for him to come and tell you what to do. That I don't understand. So our people are used to the hard way. We are used to the hard way. At the end, everyone is suffering, especially the women and children, because these are supposed to be the weaklings. But trust me, the women are now actually taking the leadership right now. They are beginning to see that, hey, if we hang on to men, they will mess us up totally. So a whole lot of us are beginning to wake up to our realities and try to see how best we can move this thing going forward. Imagine how our mothers in the village has continued to lift water and firewood on their heads, even when they are pregnant. It used to happen in those days, though not anymore. The African woman has been conditioned by her male counterpart to suffer through life. Yes, they want, because they feel that if you, and it happens in marriages sometimes, when your husband will tell you, well, you just have to, it is what it is. And because you don't want to be divorced or you don't want to move out of the relationship, you want to remain, and you start wishing it away. You start praying, going from one church to the other, and the pastor starts, is a whole lot of mess. So we need to start, channeling our energy into what works, channeling our energy into positivity. We need to start doing that, because nothing comes easy for her. Even when she tries to make this easy for herself and her children, she'll be called all sorts of names. They will call her that she's lazy. They will call her prostitute. That one is the one that, oh my God, it strikes me a whole lot. You call a married woman prostitute, and I wonder what is going on with our people, our sensibility. Our men are now more involved in ashering, everywhere they go to. Instead of putting that energy, as you rightly said, Sister Mona, the war that was fought in 67, if you go back to those videos, those men were gallant men. Yes. They were ready to give it all.
Yes.
They were ready to give it all. The baby soldiers were ready to give it all. But the kind of men that we have right now are just, hey, they will start be hailing. Some of them will just sit down and say, UN, are you seeing what they are doing to us? I don't think US gives. Oh, yeah. They say, EU, are you seeing? They are killing our people. And you are there videoing how they are killing our people, and we are calling EU. EU has a whole lot of issues that they are going through. But now we need to start maximizing our potentials. If they're killing us, let's devise a means to kill them back. Yes. Instead of sitting there and waiting for EU, EU does, I'm sure EU hasn't seen your video. No matter how you share it and reshare. I haven't seen your video.
You're only traumatizing your brothers and sisters over and over again.
Exactly. So the option would be for you to personally go and meet the EU guy. That is if it is a guy. And then like all the video I've been sending, haven't you been seeing them? You understand? So we need to start, doing things, differently. Over time, it appears that suffering is a show of strength. Yes. Oh my God, this is just like a middle name for all of us. We have poverty as our middle name. Some first name, second name, and last name is poverty. And we take it in stride. You understand? Instead of trying to break the chains or the yoke or whatever that has held us captive. So that's why they do not live out their lifespan, especially those in the villages or those in cities who are made to function beyond their ability. Even though we're endowed, we are definitely endowed with something even where God has given us that capability just for us to tap into it, know exactly what that thing is, and let it flourish. And I know our people will start listening and start figuring things out on their own. Thank you, Sister Muna.
Thank you, sister. We don't have a choice. Our lives depend on it. Our life depends on that we get it right, that we start doing what works, that we start maximizing our products. Maximizing our potential. Yes, of course, and our products as well. Sister Kui, please continue.
Yes, so we maximize everything, our energy, our products, our resources. You see, we all say that nothing is new under the sun. Even the freedom fighting and the liberation projects is not new. People have gone through it. People have done it before us. It's not new. Everything that is happening today to us has happened to other people before. The question is, as humans, what are we going to do? Are we learning from the history? Are we thinking of how to even perform better than our ancestors? Or are we trying to solve the problems our ancestors solved in a particular way, to use the same method they used to solve it 100 years ago? What is improvement there? So that's what we're saying. Problems are basically the same. The only difference is the way the problems are solved. Because it depends on where you are and so many other things for you to know, and your level of thinking, for you to understand how to solve a particular problem. I'll give you an example, the case of Shawore and all that. You see, the problem is still marginalization. It's still they're fighting us, they don't want to give us justice and all that. It's the same thing. But the way you solve it might be different, depending on your exposure. You see, Mrs. Shawore is already granting interviews. The husband was just incarcerated for just 125 days. Already, she's granting interviews. An American senator is already making threats to Nigeria that there will be consequences. Americans do not joke with their citizens. Whether the husband of the citizen or the father of the citizen, they don't joke with their citizens. These are taxpayers. They don't joke with them. So we must understand how the world functions and then move along with it. Everything has protocol. That's what we say, that when you maximize your potential, it will work better for you. But part of that is getting trained in that thing you want to do. You don't just jump out from any corner and start doing it, because it's good to have passion. It's good to say, I want to do this thing. But you need to get trained so that when you do it, the little resources you have, you can maximize it and achieve much with just that little that you have. That you don't have enough is not an excuse. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough this. I don't have enough that. No. You ask yourself, how can I maximize the little I have to achieve what I want? Using what you have to get what you want. This is how it is in the world. So it's important to us, especially in this show, that we are not just beating about the bush. You see, every key Every padlock has a right key. Do it the way it's supposed to do, you will get the expected result. It's the way it is. So the example we're giving about Mrs. Shorwell, we know that our problems are not the same in magnitude. We understand that. But it's the same principle. It's just the approach you're using. We are begging our people, please, this project of freedom fighting, of liberation, it didn't start with us. Others before us have done it. We'll just think of how to maximize our potentials so that it will give us what we want faster and better. Thank you, Mercy.
Absolutely, sister. We have to maximize what we have in order to get what we want. So imagine our potentials as Biafran Americans or American Biafrans. They are limitless. We use Mrs. Shore. We know we can contact our what is it called, our congressmen and women. But the problem is that, do we know how to use the power that we have in this country? Are we ready to use it? We must be ready to press the right button, because it's not just using. If you don't use it strategically, it will not help you. You must use the right key for the right padlock. You must be ready and willing to form a formidable political and economic alliance. And these are the things that we women have been at the forefront of. We've been screaming about this. Forming this alliance is what will help us to get where we're going, versus all the videos that you're posting over and over. Nobody is listening to you. We are listening to ourselves. Nobody is listening to you. So don't think EU is sitting there waiting for you. No, so many things are going on. They have their own problems. They have so much. Their problem, if you say, maybe, because when you steal money, you have to find a way to manage money and keep the people that you're stealing their money asleep and all that. So their own is too much, even self. So nobody is listening to us. The world does not like beggars. They want someone that can bring something to the table. The rule of this universe is you give and you take. So far, it sounds like all we're doing is crying, taking, begging. What have you brought to the table? That's what people understand. You were a millionaire. Would you want a poor man to come and give you a business proposal? You must understand how things work where you are as a Biafra in diaspora. Use those potentials. Every one of you guys, especially those that are now naturalized where you are, gather yourself together and do what you need to do. No amount of posting on Facebook will get you anywhere. Congressmen are so busy with the problem going on in their zone and their district. The last thing they will come and do is to sit down and be watching they're killing us. They are not interested in that. We are not the first. We are not the first to do this. Here in Houston, the Vietnamese Americans have taken over an area in Houston and renamed it to something district. Is it Chinese or something district? When you go there, their street sign has been changed to I don't know if that's a Vietnamese sign or Chinese sign, because Hanile, they don't write in words that you see.
Yeah, Sister Mona, that is the Bel Air. You know the Bel Air Boulevard?
Yes.
Boulevard is like they even have their own police. They have their policemen. They have their bank. Mm-hmm. Because I remember there's this Wells Fargo at the end of that street. I remember us going there to take money sometime, and they were like, all the people in that Wells Fargo were Chinese people speaking Mandarin.
You got there, you would think you're already in China, like you wouldn't even know you're still in America.
And all their signs, their streets, they would write the name of the street in English, and the write this their whatever. They also write it in Chinese. Mm-hmm. So my thing is that they have taken over that area and renamed it there. You understand?
It's their district. They have a representative at the state level. They have their own representative at the state level.
They're taking over that place for real. Yeah, Go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay, sister. So they've taken over that whole place at the state level, elected a government official that will represent that zone that is now in the state of the capital of Texas working. So this is what we are talking about, so that we are not using our potentials to go and be making noise or using it to intimidate our brothers and sisters. I post myself on the Facebook oh, life is good for me. With us, our counterparts are protecting, they are preserving the future of their children. They are giving back. This same community, when we had hurricane 2 years ago that destroyed everywhere, they came and gave city of Houston how many thousand, was it 300 and something $1,000? Do you see how when you call your mayor and say, hey, there's something going on in my area of my country where they claim my people, how the mayor will say, oh, this is a, a benefit, what should I call it, a contributing member of our city. Let's do something about it. But we want to isolate ourselves, compete with ourselves. If Bonachi has this, we must get this. We're doing all the things that will not move us forward. And the worst part of it is that we have disengaged our children. People, we are working so much that nobody ever, I can't remember how many people, I don't know how many people that ever sat down and told their children their story of their place, where they come from, or what they are going through now, or who they really are. These children are finding all these things by themselves because people like us are pushing it to them. We are giving them the information. They will say, oh, my parents never told me. My parents never mentioned this. And these are working adults that have left their home now on their own. Some of them are giving birth. We are not using what we have to help each other. How useful have you made yourself in the country where you live? We must develop that mutual respect and mutual benefit. When you take from a community, learn how to give back. We are here, they have given us. We need to organize ourselves and be giving it back in a big way where we will be known. Invest in a system that you want to take from. That's how you maximize your potential. And we recognize that. Those of us that are into this struggle have recognized that. That's why we gathered ourselves, our family members and all that. We went and volunteered for a community service and start putting our name out there, because we don't get together and do things like this. Do email, and we email so many times, TV station, email, say you will call them and tell them to come and do coverage. So wherever you find yourself, don't wait till you have $1 million or whatever. Just gather yourself where you are and do something impactful in the community, showcasing who you are. We are not lepers. We don't have, as a matter of fact, we like to show ourselves off. Why don't we show our face and all this fancy stuff while we are doing good, versus just posting ourselves? We have to maximize our potential. There is no other way to do about it. The good thing is that we have these potentials. If we don't maximize it, no amount of prayer will come and do it for you, because God has given you a talent and you decide to bury it. You know the answer he gave to the one who buried it, right? We don't want that answer. We want to do better. We want to do better. We want our children to do better. We want this our whole area to do better. Our brothers and sisters to do better. But it begins with you taking that necessary step. Thank you, sister. Sister Augusta, please continue.
Yes, it's good to take the necessary step. And one of the good steps in investment and giving, it's so important that we do that. Once you give back to the community recognizes you. But if you're the type that takes and takes and takes, they will also recognize, they will notice you actually and know that you are the one that takes all the time. So you have to maximize your potential by opening doors for others, because that is how you open doors for yourself. What you give to a stranger today, your children will reap tomorrow. And that is so true. So it's important to give back to nature. If you know what is right, do it, not just for yourself, but for others. That's the secret of investment.
Yes.
So investment is like you are sowing a seed for tomorrow's harvest. But some people will always see their investment instead of trying to sow a seed. They will want to, first of all, I'm not talking about the pastor kind of sow a seed. No, I'm talking about investing in the community that you actually reside in. Because when push comes to shove, this community will go to come back and rescue you in your time of need.
Mm-hmm.
That is what it is. So the money you're supposed to invest, you will use it and use it to build a mansion. Use it to build a mansion that you're not going to live in. If you go back home, you see people building mansions that are the residents. You start wondering what is going on. And instead of them first of all, try to clean up their own accommodation, where they are residing presently. They'll go and build these houses in the villages. I remember we talked to one of our meeting women the other day. She was supposed to go home, and my friend was asking her, how long will you stay? Oh, she said like a week. I'm like, who goes home and comes back in a week? Oh, she said all her family members are here. The house is built back at home. Who stays there? Probably rats and cockroaches. The way she put it, I started laughing. You know, we both started laughing. Like cockroaches are living in the mansion you built and you're here. So what am I saying? Essence, if she probably had built a smaller home, a smaller condo, and used the money to invest in what matters for her and her children over here, probably it would be more comfortable. So it's very important. So the right thing to do is to invest in a stable economy. Then you use the residual income to build house in the village. That is how it works, not the other way around. Like this freedom we are fighting for. Some people think they will not benefit from it, so they don't want to be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that is so wrong. You know, but someone who sacrificed for the freedom and you're enjoying it, especially here in diaspora. Martin Luther King sacrificed for blacks like you and I to be able to have a life here.
Mm-hmm.
Because when done that, guess what? They won't even allow us to come, let alone get education, live the
They will allow you to come and work in the farm now.
Yes, of course, when that is what they will allow us to come and do. But here we have the opportunity to even get education more than they have and also live the American dream. You understand? So somebody has to pay the price for that. You understand? And that does, even if you want to be on the sideline, be supportive. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to like be out there shouting. But you can be supportive in pushing the agenda forward because it is important that we do that. So even though in Biafran land, if our ancestors did not defend that land, we won't have land today. That is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
We would not have been dead or have no land to call land. People paid for you to live. Why can't you do the same for others? The need to succeed and be fulfilled in life is a universal need, and that is so true. It's the same everywhere. Survival of the fittest. Fine. But for the need for you to survive, if it is what is done here that is done in any other part of the world. So both for the poor and the rich, old and the young. Why are we so afraid of participating in what everybody is doing for the restoration of our land? Everybody is a stakeholder. We've been saying this like gazillion times. Provided you're a friend, you are a stakeholder in this struggle. Come out there and start contributing your own quota so that we can move this thing forward. Bring that ideas that you have. Bring it forward. Whatever you know, those we can meet, whatever you know you can do to move this thing forward, start doing it. Because time is of the essence.
Yes.
Are you not tired of hearing the same whole stories from the zoo every day? It's the same story. When you go on Facebook, it's the same story. Mm-hmm. They are attacking this, they are attacking that.
They did this.
The Ruga is rugalizing everywhere. It's the same story, the same horrific pictures, the same terrible pictures that we've been seeing on. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. So if you say, oh, you don't want to participate because you don't want to be a part of it, trust me, it's going to come around. And it's going to affect you one way or the other. If it does not affect you physically, affect a member of the family. That is affecting you in essence. So we need to start doing the needful. You must find a way to be part of this beautiful project. And there are many things that needs to be done. All we need is your time, your investment, your attitude toward it. Our people are like a bicycle about what is going on. They don't really care. Maybe because it hasn't affected them. But the truth about it is that instead we start putting all our efforts forward, bring it. If you know what you know how to do and how to do it very well, push it forward so that we can get to our promised land. Thank you, my sister.
My dear, we do want to get to that promised land, especially for those of us that are in dire need, because there are some people that really need that promised land. And that's one of the issues we're having with people here. People are super comfortable. They are here. They may be working 20, 50 jobs, but guess what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they attend all the parties around to give themselves happiness. And we don't want to be living that fake life. We want to go to party because we want to enjoy what we're doing, not because we are depressed. We want to change the narratives. We want to change how things were working. We want to change all this inferiority complex and all this fakeness they have been input in us. We really have to, transform as people. We really have to transform as people because the things they have done to us, only short time is telling because we're not reacting to what's happening in the environment. So our prayer today, as we continue this program, is that people will wake up wherever they are and get things going. Sister, please continue, Sister April.
Yes, thank you, my sisters. Yes, there are so many things to be done. So many things to be done. The key is diversification. That's the key word. Even my people, sorry, let me speak for non-Igbo speakers. Never I say, and I know where be more. For you to watch the masquerade, you can't stand for you to see all the aspects of the masquerade or any show going on. You can't stand at one spot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes tall people will come and stand in front of you if you're not too endowed with height. You will not see anymore. Then you move to the right or you move to the left. That's what we're saying. Giants will always be there. Hurdles will be there. Challenges will be there in anything you want to do. It's normal. But what do? You diversify your ways of doing the same thing. Send some people to the right, send some people to the left. Nobody will know that this is what you're done. But everybody knows that this is where we're going. So anyone who tells you that you can only see the sky through their window, tell them it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
You go and see the sky through your own window, because the sky is everywhere. See it for your own end. Do not allow anyone to intimidate you or make you scared. Make up your mind what you can do for Biafra. Like Sister Augustus said, you can do so many things for your nation, for your freedom, in your own little way, according to your ability and your calling. Whatever Chukwokike has bestowed upon you, use it. You see, every genuine Biafra knows that the name Biafra cannot be monopolized. It does not belong to me. It does not belong to Sister Augusta. It does not belong to Sister Mona. It's for all of us. Mm-hmm. We are all children of Biafra, and we are here to restore Biafra. You will do your own part, I will do my own part. Then we'll restore Biafra. So do not be at the mercy of others. Rise up. Use your potential to create the tomorrow of your dream. That's basically what we're saying. We are calling on every Biafran, everywhere you might be. It's time to answer that call. Stop hiding. Do not allow inferiority complex to keep it from what you know that you are able to do. Don't allow lies and propaganda to discourage you. Someone said to me the other day, he said, oh, Igbos don't like themselves. Oh, Igbos are not one. How can they build a nation? I told her, I said, what he just said is worse in Nigeria. Nigerians don't love themselves. Nigerians are not one. So, but they have managed to coexist unsuccessfully though for over 100 years. That gives me hope that Biafra, we will do very well.
Yes.
If Nigeria, as disconnected as they are, that if you are looking for hatred, go to Nigeria. Go to Zoo. You will see hatred. Even just calling your name. When you mention your name, is enough to bring hatred to you. But they managed to coexist, though unsuccessfully, because they cleaned themselves for over 100 years. That gives me hope that the worst year in Biafra shall be 10 times better than the best year in Nigeria. We will do well as a people because we love ourselves even more. We even want more. Why would we do well as a nation? So come, let's go, my people. Don't wait for others to do the work for you. When assignment is divided, it makes it possible for us to achieve it faster and easier. No one knows it all, like Sister Mona said. When you diversify a task, you bring different views and skills. Then you achieve more. No one knows it all. What I don't know, my sister might know. What my sister doesn't know, I might know. That is called teamwork. And that's what Chukwokike wants from us. That's how we will achieve more with little. We are calling our people on our people. It is time to maximize our potentials. Some people can speak English better, some people can speak Igbo better. But when we bring all this together, we will function as a team. It is time to begin to build that bridge. It's time to begin to form that necessary alliance. We're not saying you should go and live in another person's house. No, that's not what we're saying. But we're saying form alliance, necessary alliance. No man is an island. Your wisdom, somebody might not have it. Another person's wisdom, you might not have it. Something that you look at and it looks so big to you. Another person with the right training, the right gift, will look at it and it's so easy. But if you come together and form a team, collaborate. You see, we will always have differences. We will. We will always think differently. Just like our faces are different, we will always be different. But what we're saying is that there are some people that you can work with, people of like minds. You must not belong where you don't want to belong. But you are a Biafran. You know you can strategically do certain things. You know you can knock at certain doors that I might not be able to knock.
Mm-hmm.
You go and knock on those doors. Do not wait for me. Do not wait for Sister Muna. Do not wait for anyone. Because you are a Biafran. Go and knock on that door and say what needs to be said. Use that power, that position of influence that Chukwokike has given to you. Use it. We know a lot of people have done so much before us. Because Biafra restoration did not start today. For over 50 years, we are on this. Some heroes and heroines came before us and they died for our life.
Mm-hmm.
They died to restore our land. Some people are carrying bullet injury today in their body because of Biafra. So many people have done so many things. But we're saying we need to do more. Do not sit down and watch others to do what you know you can do. From your own end, begin to do the needful. Begin to do what you can do. You know it. You know what you can do. I don't know it. You know your ability. You know your potentials. You know what it is. But when you form it and gong it together, you will be able to do so much. And before you know it, collectively, we will get what we're looking for. Thank you very much, my people. May Chukwu continue to bless you.
Thank you, Sister P. Yes, with strategic alliance, when we form strategic alliance with those that matters, that is another way to maximize our potentials. That is another way to take that giant step that we are looking for. We keep telling you guys that we have to do what works. That is the word that we've used on this show over and over again. Do what works. Do what works. Don't do what you've been doing, getting the same result that you don't like, and you keep doing it. It does not make sense. It's time for us to re-strategize. It's time for us to look at potential and maximize it. It's time for us to do any little thing that you can do to put Biafra out there. That's what you need to do. So start from your neck of the wood, whether it's businesses, we have said this over and over again, whatever you can do to put the name Biafra there. If not for anything, I got so many questions about Biafra Bank this week. I said, oh, so it's not even, people are not even asking what Biafra is anymore. So it's a Biafra Bank. So anyway, you can put Biafra out there for us. That's what we want people to do. Let it become an everyday name, not a name that we are ashamed of, not a name that when you mention in the zoo that you get arrested, not a name that when you go somewhere, you're not sure if you should say who you are, where you're from. You don't know which country you want to say, if you belong to the zoo, if you're a Biafran. We have to make it an everyday word. It's like, in our culture, I know everybody's going to cringe over this. When anybody mention the word vagina, penis, people will start, heat will set out. People will start. But to Americans, it's another body part. It's like your ears, your nose, your waist. So we want Biafra to be that comfortable body part that everybody talks about. Not when we mention it, it will sound like we said vagina or penis. So whatever you can do to market our Biafra, that's what we want you to do. For this show, before we take some calls, we would like to play a song by one of our brother and play our commercial. And of course, the phone number to call after the commercial and the music is on the Facebook.
What does Biafra Bank mean for our community?
We have waited for a time like this, a time in our lives where we can open up a bank that belongs to us, the Biafran Bank. The Biafran Bank will allow us to establish Biafran businesses. When we bank with other community banks and other financial institutions, we are either declined in the acts of loan or giving a predatory interest rate. The Biafran Bank, we can refinance student loans, home loans, business loans, etc. The net interest revenue from this bank will offer us the opportunity to finance new businesses in Biafra land. It will also give us the opportunity to provide financial assistance to those in Biafra land through scholarships and grants.
What will be unique about Biafra Bank?
Biafra Bank will be unique because it would ensure the success of Biafran-owned businesses by providing easy access to capital markets and successfully operate their business anywhere in the world with the support of proprietary Biafra Global Business Network, and that will be the BGBN. So we will also offer business mentorship, and this is very crucial because we'll be able to help those that came in to borrow money and also help the vendor connection so that they can build or expand on their businesses.
Biafra Bank will be located here in Houston, Texas, and we will eventually branch out to other states with the Biafra communities throughout the United States and also abroad.
How secure are your investments and deposits?
Biafra Bank investments and deposits will be secured because they will be FDIC insured and will be managed by a team of professionals.
What value will Biafra Bank bring to Biafrans all over the world?
So that's a very good question. You know, Biafra Bank will become the gold standard of business excellence all over the world. We will provide personal and business banking. We'll also provide loans and investments for Biafran businesses all over the globe. Every Biafran business must have access to capital resources regardless of credit score. The growth of their business will be enhanced by the army of Biafra Bank business support experts, including marketing, finance, accounting, and strategy professionals. Biafra business will thrive under Biafra Bank.
How feasible is the establishment of the Biafra Bank?
To get the Biafra Bank started in line with our commencement year 2020, we will require $12 million. This means that 12,000 people investing $1,000 will give us our bank, or 6,000 people investing $2,000 will give us our bank. 3,000 people investing $4,000 will give us our bank. 1,000 people investing $12,000 will give us our bank. It's that simple.
All right, it's really that simple. We will give you guys more information about this Biafra Bank. We are dead serious about it. It is a huge way to market Biafra, and we are very, 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 very committed to bringing it to fruition. So we'll give you more information, but before we take questions or comments, we'll listen to our brother's song. A brother sent me this song. I don't know the author of this song, but it's a Biafran song.
Africa stand up. This is time for Biafrans. Great song. Nah, man. Are you ready now? Hey. Opium now. Get it. Biafra, Biafra. 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 Who say we no go go? Who say we no go stand? Oh yes, but I am man. I know man. I know Papa Fao. I say you go no no. I say Ojemba no no. I say you go no no. Now we come on Biafra, Biafra. 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 Fero de ma people go. Fero de ma people go. Fero de ma people go. You no hada yaka ho. Fero. We are heading to the promised land. So my brother better follow the ladder. The France are going higher. God they were back, we know they stagger. Fanana when I'm also. Move Biafra hide and stuff. Fancy nine and make buzz. But we just differ for our freedom. Every journey get it bust up. As this suffering must to stop. But easy. If you arrest me, must free me. Every day we are getting busy. Biafra I can give my kidney a peace. No more wars so that you can help the needy. And then another way to BB. You could be ghost today. I'm gonna give so that to you all it takes to be. Biafra, 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 Biafra,
All right, thank you. Our sister Chini Uday says she can't stop dancing. You guys need to show me where to get that dancing. Is that a dancing dog, a dancing lady? You and Sister Queen. She says she can't stop dancing. So it's time for us to take phone calls. Our call number is +1 281 643 7283, and our direct line is 774. The first one you can call us a WhatsApp or direct line. And then the direct line is +1 774 338 0942. It's right there on Facebook. You can reach us via Messenger. You can reach us on Skype. You can reach us any other way that you choose to. But it's time for us to take a phone call. So we wanted to share our video of the week today, which is our Biafran Bank video. We are dead serious about this bank. It is a huge way to market Biafra. Some people have misunderstood the intentions of the bank. They said it's a scam, it's this. Not a scam, my brother. It's about to happen right in front of you. Our brother George Onibe will so make you vumnanya. So don't sit there and lie to yourself. It's an opportunity for you to invest. It's an opportunity for you to take this pie, the little pie that other people have been enjoying. It's a private initiative. It's not under any leadership of anyone. It's a Biafra. It's a bank by Biafrans for Biafrans. It's just a name. This bank, we could have named it Oboshu Bank. We could have named it Onyara Bank. We could have named it Michael Jackson Bank. But we chose Biafra Bank because this is a time in our lives where we are trying to do something big for our community. And who else deserves that honor if not for Biafra? So this is something strategic. This is something that will help us to market this thing. And we are tasking ourselves to take on this huge project, knowing what it meant for our people. And some of you are so evil, feeble-minded that you don't understand where this is going. You think this is about you and trying to destroy you or whatever. This is trying to uplift our people. Do you guys know how much money that goes from our hands, especially those of us in diaspora, to those in back to the Zooland? According to the International Monetary Fund, we send billions of dollars over to the zoo country every year. And these are the money that goes straight forward, like, that goes through the bank that the government can trace. It's not the one that you send someone, okay, please give my mother $300, I'll give you $300 here. It's not even this one. This is the one that went through the legal, legal transactions. So if we even get 10% of that business, yes. We have a call. Yes, caller, your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Chinyere. I'm calling from Houston, Texas. I'm originally from Mpa. Mpa is in Abia province. Ndewo Muchineke.
Ndewo.
So, maximizing your potential is a very beautiful topic. And by the way, I just want to thank you, Umada Biafra. Mothers with passion. There are mothers and there are mothers. You people are very genuine with what you're doing. I can feel the passion, and it's very inspiring. It's very motivational.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love you girls. Thank you for everything. So this beautiful topic today is very wonderful, So maximizing your potential. You all said it all, my sisters. You all said it all, So we Biafrans should not always be the beneficiaries, like receiving. We shouldn't be on the receiving end,
Mm-hmm.
We should always learn, like the white people do. They just like to give and to receive. We should learn those positive moves, those positive ideas. We should not always be seen lamenting, receiving, and that's why when you come to the Western world, they see Africans generally as
beggars, lamentations, lamentators.
Yes, as poor people, because it's the way we present ourselves. We have always made it known that, okay, we need help. Why can't we show them that we can as well offer help? And when we do things positively, by giving out, by volunteering, by involving our children, come and see, the world will hear us better.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That is part of the freedom fighting. We know that a lot of our people are dying back home. They're being killed, our children are being killed, our mothers are being raped. Come on now. It's time for us to wake up. Let us not continue to lament. These people don't have time to listen to lamentators.
No.
Let's come out positively. It's okay. Either way, either way. We've been calling and we've been lamenting on Facebook. What do Facebook do? These days they even block us out.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Right now they're messing with our this year. It doesn't allow some people to comment. He turned the notification off, my dear. It's endless.
Yes. You post some things out here. Before you knew it, just deleted it. Let us not rely on Facebook. Let's not rely on all these social media, lamenting and these people here, they don't even care. They're gonna look at those videos if I thought they show up. They're gonna look at it and they're gonna turn the other way around. What do you have to offer is the question. What do you have to offer? That's what they're asking you. Don't just be the receivers. You come here, a lot of our people have what do I say? A lot of our people have gotten used to receiving federal funds, food stamps, all those stuff. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So let us try to get ourselves off of that. You understand? So involve your children, everybody as a Biafra. Don't just stand behind the scene and criticize other people using their brain, using their time, effort, and skills to do something positive, to name our nation Biafra, to send it out to the world for them to know and bring awareness to the people that our people are suffering back home that be killed. This is a way to do it. You understand? There are different ways you can do it. But some idiots out there are criticizing when others are striving and are working hard for Biafra to be known, by the people that matter. So like you're talking about Biafra bank, some idiots are criticizing Biafra bank. Our people need to grow up. Our people need to grow up. We are Biafra. If I am a Biafra, I have the right to set up a business using the Biafra name. If I want to name it something else, it's up to me. Don't come and tell me that I do not have the right to name my hairdressing salon Biafra Hairdressing Salon. Don't come and tell me that I do not have the right to name my school Biafra University or Biafra School. Oh yes, I do have the right because I am a Biafran. Okay?
Yes.
So if I set up a bank and I decide, instead of naming this bank something else, like my sister said, instead of naming it Michael Jackson Bank, I decide to name it Biafra Bank. Why do I do that? Because I want to showcase that name, Biafra. I want to make it known to the world that Biafra is a nation. Now, go ahead and research what Biafra is. That is how we create awareness at the same time as we're fighting for our freedom. Yes, that is how we create awareness to the people that matter, to the government, to the politicians. Then, therefore, they will be able to listen to our cry. They'll be able to listen to us. So for people who don't have no brain, they sit back there and they tell you, oh, this Biafra back of a thing, it's a scam. My dear, you have to think twice. You understand?
Yes.
Because we are Biafras. We are benefit Biafras. We are legal Biafras. I want to let the world know that Biafra Bank is here to stay.
Yes.
It's very, very legit. It's for a good reason. It's a very positive thing to help our people and to help we Biafrans back here. I mean, in diaspora.
Yes.
It's going to help us to be able to help our people back home. It's going to help us to create awareness that Biafra as a nation needs help. So don't sit back down and criticize us instead of coming and thanking us for a good job. Because some women are not like us. Some women are so dormant. Some women that call themselves Biafra women are out there sleeping around. But
Yes.
we are out here making effort to make sure that our people are free. And some idiots are criticizing and calling us scammers. We are not scammers. We are not scammers. You are the one who is a scam. You understand? We're making things positive, making things, if Chinese, Vietnamese, and all those people are able to set up their own bank, making a positive, motivational move. You understand? Why can't we Biafrans, reason that way and copy the positive ideas of these people? Do you know that the Chinese bank, for example, they are saving ways and they are helping their people. They are all over Houston. They are all over USA. They are making progress. And we are here backbiting, fighting each other. Biafra Bank is not your enemy. Okay? Your enemy is the saboteurs within us. That is our enemy, this freedom fighting. This is our enemy. We have a lot of enemies, a lot of saboteurs in this freedom fighting. And those are the people that come out to criticize other people's efforts. You understand? So
Yes.
if you know that you're the one coming out to criticize Biafra Bank, you better think twice because you're an idiot. Excuse my English this morning. And for people, why our people should be fighting each other? Fighting each other, planning on their neighbor, our people. You people are here fighting each other. For what reason? For what reason? But we need to wake up. Biafra, we need to wake up. Stop fighting each other. Stop fighting your brothers. Stop being spiteful. Stop being jealous. We are not your brothers. honestly. We are our own problem. The white people, they cannot do this. They cannot fight each other. Why are we killing ourselves for nothing?
It's sad, my sister. It is sad.
Let us face the truth. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Stop fighting your brothers and sisters that are making the paving way to make our Biafra land to be known, our Biafra nation to be known. We are creating awareness here. We are not like those dormant women folding their hands and sleeping around. We are not like them. We got brain, we got skills, we got resources, and that's why we are giving it out in a positive way. Whatever you got to do, as long as it's legal, do it. Do it. Somebody's going to criticize you. But don't sit down there and criticize other people that are making efforts. Do not sit down there and criticize people that are paving ways. Do not sit down there and criticize and call us scammers. Because guess what? Whatever you give, that's what you take.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? So it is very pathetic. Our people need to learn. Our people need to grow up. They are too jealous. They are too spiteful. You understand? Learn from people that matters. They cannot do that. They rather encourage each other. They rather motivate each other.
Yes.
So why are we spiteful? Why are we jealous? Why are we killing ourselves?
My dear, ignorance is the biggest part of it.
That is wickedness. Why? I'm asking why, dear friends. Why? Let us face the truth. Let us face the truth. Don't attack your brothers and sisters. Come and see those saboteurs. But then by then they will come and they start criticizing. Those are our enemies. Those are our enemies in this freedom fighting. Those saboteurs living within us that we think that they are our brothers. Those are our enemies. Okay? We need to get some sense. Dear friends, get some sense. Get some sense. Use your brains to figure out who is your enemies within you. Those are the saboteurs. Those are the saboteurs. The saboteurs don't do nothing. They don't even volunteer. They don't even pay their monthly dues. Even if they do, they go behind and then they start to saboteur, to attack each other. That's what they do to deteriorate our progress. I have evidence here in Houston. They're doing that right now. And there are the same people that are going to come out, and there are the same people that are going to tell you that is making effort. They're going to be the ones to dictate for you and tell you, oh, you're not doing a good job. You are a scammer. That is just the only word which they know because they're used to it, you know? They're used to it. They're true agents. But they're going to go down and down and down and down. All the saboteurs, that are sabotaging our effort in this Biafra movement, you all shall fall and you will die.
He say, I have Biafra watching. Ndewo Ada Biafra. Ndewo, my Biafra activist. My dear, we hear the passion. We hear the passion. It is too much, my dear. Kowara, ignorance is the one. The funny thing about ignorance, whether you're ignorant or not, when it's time for you to bear the consequences, you will bear it. Nobody is going to say, oh, excuse you because you're ignorant. No, that's why you have to go and enlighten yourself. That's why you have to go and educate yourself. You guys have to know that Biafran Bank is a big private initiative that was started by your brothers and sisters to help propagate what we're doing. Biafra Bank is not going to be the central bank of Biafra. Think again. Because Biafra Bank, central bank. Biafra Bank is not central bank. Biafra Bank is just like any other bank. Here in the United States, they have Bank of America, Chase. They have all kinds of banks, Metropolitan Bank, all these banks. You guys are hearing it thinking we are trying to take your power of your central bank. That is not even possible. It's not even because Biafra is not here, right? So we're not trying to, there's no way we're starting to take a bank that will belong to a nation. That is the difference. So go and do your background check. Go and do some research. Don't come and start ranting on Facebook because you don't have a job. You don't have anything else to do. Go and think about what you're saying. That right now, the way I feel it, if I have money, Biafran Air is what will be taking anybody going to the zoo country this Christmas. If I have money, I will buy a jet and put Biafra Air on it. If you want to go and die, you will die. If I have money, I will buy Biafra vessels. If I have money, I will buy Biafra universities. If I have money, I will buy Biafra more. Don't you see? Don't you see? People will be going, I'm going to the Biafran war. Oh, I'm traveling to Israel, but I'm going to which airline? Biafran Air. Do you see how you can easily market your Biafra? And you're there jealousing your sisters and brothers. Who gave you order? Who commanded you to do this? But you're on Facebook. Zuckerberg, as we are talking, is collecting all our data here, collecting our information. You didn't ask Zuckerberg who gave him order. You jump because, oh, I forgot. Oh, we are suffering from inferiority complex. Yeah. He's all Nyocha. He does no wrong. But one day where you have the impetus to start jumping like a monkey and baboon that have been living in the forest for the past 400 years to start asking questions. This is what our counterpart is doing here. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is called a Legends Bank. Sister Augusta, can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
It's called a Legends, yeah, Allegiance Bank on the Indian way.
Indian, yeah.
Yes, Patel. This is the president here. It's in Sugarland.
He's in Sugarland, yeah.
The way can you read what is there?
Yeah, it's coming up fine. The name of the guy is Mahia Patel.
Mahia Patel. Allegiance Bank. Ndị ji anyị na-aka asịrị na-ebe akwa, thinking we are trying to steal their struggle or whatever they are doing. Sister Chioma, hold on. So this is what our counterparts are doing. That you have in America. This is what they are doing here. Sister Chioma, hold on. Hold on. This is what they are doing here. Umunega na akwa uniform. And when your sisters stay up at night to put things together for the betterment of our people, instead of getting accolades, jealousy. The same thing you guys are jealousy. And Buhari is in charge of you guys. The Alamajiri guy. Look when here. This is a Sugarland.
There's even German bank.
Yeah. This is it. Yeah. Here. So here our local newspaper here. Ndị a nwere bank here. That ndị be ha na-use, ndị ọzọ na-use ha na-make ego. So when they speak English, you go and open your bigo una sakala Eliza in English. Hey, yeah, my name is Munacha Pala. I live in America. Send their so English. They're doing what works. They are doing what works. Instead of night to put hands together and do what they are gossiping. Who gave you authorization? Scammers, idiots. Stop the bank issues. Stop it right now. This is what our counterparts are doing here. You see why when they talk, we should go and hide under our beds. Educated fools. Educated fools everywhere. One has a PhD. I am doctor this. I am engineer this. I am attorney this. Monkeys are baboons. This is what your brothers or your counterparts are doing. This is what your counterparts are doing. And that's why we are saying we are no longer waiting for Ndina English. We are no longer waiting for Ndina politics. We are not waiting for people that don't understand what it takes. We are not waiting for people that are not doing what works. We, the women of the land, the mothers of the land, is going to do what works, because the future of our offsprings are in danger. If you guys don't understand it, we do. So we are taking the initiative, like my sister Chinyere said. We are taking the initiatives and we are moving forward. No amount of ranting, no amount of jealousy, no amount of hatred, no amount of announcement over and over on whatever device that you're using will stop my Biafra Bank. Investment is pouring in. Commitments are pouring in. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Sister Choma, can I call you back? Okay. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good evening, my sweet sisters.
Good evening.
My name is Nyebushi Chokres. I'm calling from Mozambique, Maputo.
Welcome. Oh, great. Okay. Unfortunately.
I just want to.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. He say. It looks like our brother is having internet connection here. So we might have to take another call. Sorry, brother. Yeah, we have to hang up on that because we have other callers. Thank you. I know you probably have something good to say. So anyway, I'm profiling this. This is what our counterpart is doing here. Our Indian counterparts. Remember, according to the US data here, that we are the most educated fools that they have in America. Clocking in and clocking out. There are so many things that Ndibai don't even know that exist because they don't know to do what works. They don't know to do what was 20 jobs, with a mega guy, then here with the other one, work club, then run their mansion. That's all that they will do. This is what our counterpart is doing. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, sister, my name is Leonard. I'm calling from East Texas.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
We are good.
Yeah, I'm just watching you guys. I'm watching you guys. I guess I doing pretty good, and I'm very impressed when I saw the banking advertisements actually. And also, what I'm trying to say in that forum is, if there is any way any of us, even if our children that were born here that into politics or connected politics, if there's any way they can help us to talk to all these senators and any way I will help out, because I'm also engaging in the Twitters, making sure that making sure that our effort and our struggle are ahead the White House anywhere in the world.
Yes, my brother.
We
already have. Go ahead.
And also, I'm also advising any of us who know about those our governors, senators, where they stay here, their locations and everything. To give us the address so we can go over there and protest. Don't hide, don't do anything. Sometimes because we are later to them, they won't say anything about it. So we can check them out here. I think that will be okay. So that anywhere they are staying, even their children, wherever they're going to school, so they will go over there and protest and check them out. Post their names everywhere. They can be ashamed to themselves. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Right, my brother. We have, that's why we have our beer pack. Our beer pack is a political action committee group that we are calling our people, especially here in Texas, to come into. Because with 2,000 people, you can sway the election. We know that this is information we didn't know before. Oh, I do vote. I say I vote. We need to come in as a pack so that we can use those numbers to make an impact. And these are the things that works. People think they can say, oh, I live in America. No, if you go by yourself, yeah, they will tell you, okay, I'll send a letter to your embassy. But if you tell them that you have 2,000 people and up, guess what? Oh, he doesn't know. These are what the Indians are doing, the Chinese people are doing. We need to come together. If you go on our website, biafraglobal.org, you will see, get the information about the pack, enroll in it, put your name in there, put money there because we need money. Don't tell your congressman to come. You need money to support their election process, their campaign. We need money. So put your name there. If you have anybody 18 years and above or who will turn 18 by the next presidential election, put their name there, put money there so that at the end of the day, when we get enough numbers, we will send invitation to the congressman to come and address us, and then we'll address him or her. That's the way it works. This is what works. So no amount of lamentation, chapter 1, chapter 20, killing us video, traumatizing video, those things keep people up at night. Or they make you want to take off your clothes and go and climb the highest building in the medical center and expose and be screaming Biafra. But there are things that we can also do that will work. And we're choosing not to do it because we are playing politics. Because it wasn't certain kind of person that suggested it. So nobody will listen to it. It has to come from certain kind of person for people to do what works. But we are not waiting for anyone anymore because we know what it takes. We have what it takes. Whether you think because we don't have blonde hair, blue eye, we will tell you that we know what it takes. No, sister, please, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Biafra. Cannot ụtụtụ ọma na
Ụtụtụ ọma.
Ihe a bụ nwada Igbo unu. So topic that is very, very, very good, you know. So before I start, I must take this opportunity to send condolences to Martin Nandikano for his great loss.
Yes,
my heart goes out to his family.
Yes, we will restore Biafra on their behalf and give them the best befitting honor. Yes.
That's why we're here. And also the incident that happened also yesterday to Sowore. Yeah, Sowore is Yoruba, but he's a human being, and he's also asking for
injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Yes, so we must be concerned about what is going on there and what happened to him. Okay, so having said all that, so the whole world is watching. We might think EU, America, they are not watching. They are watching all this, but guess what? We have to do the chunk of the work. American government will not just come in and interfere in a sovereign nation's issue. We have the chunk of work to do, and that chunk of work have to be divided. So everybody had to do their own part. It's not what one person will kind of like declare to be, leading, and everybody will be on him. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Everybody had to, take part in their own way towards the same goal, the same agenda of Biafra restoration. Okay? It's just beyond me or baffles me how our people think. How our people think. Thinking that once one person declares to be a leader, okay, now I could go home and sleep, and then whenever that person calls me, okay, you come and do this. Oh, okay, yes, sir. To your, at your service. No, it doesn't work like that. Biafra is not a corporation. Biafra is a sovereign nation that we are talking about. They're even supposed to be different voices. Different groups, shouting and screaming for the same agenda, for the same goal. It's not just one group, just claiming to be, you have to come on. Listen, if anybody knows other groups are out there that I don't know of, please let me know. I will be part of all of, even if it's 100. I want to be part of you all. Just one group can just not do the whole work of restoring a nation. This is a humongous task. Okay, so talking about bank. Listen, I wish I have 100,000 in my 401k. Trust me, I will risk it for this bank.
He said what, Chineke? Because we got what it takes. I want to hear I got the place. We have it.
Yes, because if I invest 100,000, my return on investment will be huge at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
This is an investment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This is not about power struggle. What is this? What power struggle? I don't put out a chicken on here. Who are we fooling? This is not about that. Somebody wants to start a bank to be a leader. To hell with whatever leader. What is that about? I'm sorry to use that language. But the frustration of what our people are doing is just not helping. restoration, but the way things are going is just like pushing people, away, and just they don't want to get involved. We want everybody to get involved. This is not about one group or whatever dictating what goes on. No, it just this doesn't work like that. Okay, and people back home in Biafra land need to be educated to understand this is they have to exercise their minds. They have to bring something on the table, not just sitting there being told what to do before they will do something. That's why even the environment, they can even clean the environment, sitting there waiting for Biafra to be restored while you're creating sicknesses and diseases around you. What it doesn't make sense.
Yes, my sister. Thank you.
It doesn't make sense. So another thing concerning the same banking issue. I do not know how many people or Biafrans that are listening to other news. Even though that's Nigerian news, we still have to listen to them to be getting something out of it. Yes. How do we help our people based on what these people are planning to do? Come next year, the
zoo government.
They said the zoo government, the Islamic Nigerian government, they said they will, before you're able to do your banking transaction, you will have to present a tax clearance. What does that mean? Already they're even extorting their money. If before you deposit money, you get some fee. If before you get out your own money that is in your own bank account, you will pay fee. So now, can we just not start strategizing? How do we help our people to circumvent this nonsense? And we're here talking about power. Power what? Sometimes I just feel like, what? Let me just, stay out of all this nonsense. But at the same time, you can't, based on the poverty and the injustice and the all inhumanity going on back there. You can't just be a human being and sit down and just, turn a blind eye. It just don't happen like that. I can't do it. So Biafra Bank must go on.
Yeah.
It must go on. I don't know who's as long as I'm sure and I know nobody owns Biafra as a person.
My dear, in defense of our people, the response, the response from people that understand is overwhelming. I'm telling you, is coming in. God bless you. All hail Biafra. Thank God. Whoever that thought about this, God bless you. So in defense of our people, 99.9% of them are receptive. That does not understand where we are going. They think this is about them. They think we are focusing on them. They don't realize this is a matter of doing what works. And we are going to do what works.
Yeah, I'm not sure who and which group is against it. I don't know. And I really do not care to know. If you are a Biafran, based on the map, you own Biafra. Here.
Yeah.
Biafra is not owned by one individual or one group. Now, if anybody knows any genuine Biafra group out there that is struggling for the restoration of Biafra that I don't know, please let me know. I will join them also. I will give 100 groups that is genuinely fighting. It doesn't matter who. So long as they are Biafrans that are genuinely fighting to restore Biafra.
Thank you.
So we must do the needful. Biafra Bank must continue. So after Biafra Bank, we already know
Biafran Air, Biafran Vessel, Biafra Mall, Biafra University, Biafra everything.
Now fund other Biafra projects.
Right.
God bless you, my sisters. I have to go because I'm so stuffed and so thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
God bless you guys.
God bless you too. Yes, it's Biafra everything, all things Biafra. We keep saying a market Biafra, Biafra first. But this is what the Indian community, this is one of their banks, by the way, so that you guys don't think this is the only one. This is one of their banks that they have. So you can see these people now when they want to meet their senators, these people can go by themselves, really. because they've already shown by having this bank that they can organize themselves. So the senator will have he will have lots of respect for them, not monkeys or baboons jumping back and forth on the trees of Facebook and calling their sister's name and scam and idiot and all kinds of stuff. You know, when this guy now, as the president of this bank, or the local senator here, he just the name, because someone else CEO of the bank, because not trying to make what name sells. I know where I work, the people that has money have what to be seen, immediately we put them on schedule. Any other person, a line on a schedule, man, in 3 months or in 4 months, either lucky in 6 weeks. But each day go, we know you have money to give us scholarship, give us grants for what we are doing. Guess what? And you give preferential treatment. So professional treatment in every way, just that it's not too vast. Like we told no, like that it's easier people need me. But if you're one of those that are matters, you'll be treated, you will not be treated like a homeless guy. Yeah, homeless guy will eventually get the help that he need, but he will not get it the way the guy that matters did. It's just that simple. So someone like this can easily organize with his board members of this bank. Well, because here on our Sugar Land, this is part of Fort Bend. So that means they are bringing in money to the county. So when I want to speak to the mayor, to the county, I have a huge portion of what they're doing. I'm bringing income. They will come and see me and the board. They don't have to see 5,000 Biafrans. So the reason why the showing where all these things are in a way is for us to be strategic like the other groups are. Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, we have to be strategic, and we need to allow people understand that the people propagating the Biafran Bank are not charlatans. We are not. We are highly educated. We are professionals in our fields. We are not miscreants. You know, they need to understand that this is not something that is scribbled out, and also need to understand that the bank will be insured by the FDIC. So it's not a one-man's business or somebody trying to usurp an authority. There is no authority that we are usurping here. We are just trying to do the needful to make our people realize that Biafra just has to come. And this is a good way to propagate the story of Biafra to our people. There are a lot of like a diaspora American Biafrans here, or Biafran Americans that don't want to join into what we're doing. But for the fact that we have mentioned the bank, their antenna opened wide, and they want to know more information. They don't want to be part of the struggle. We've tried to convince them to join the struggle. They don't want to. But immediately we mention an alternative,
their eyes opened.
Where have you been all along? So this is going to help all of us living in America. It's going to help us. And there are situations that made it possible for us to come out there and start telling people why it is imperative. Now, let me repeat that word again. Why it is imperative that we do this. Because it's going to help us eventually. The return on investment, gosh, you can imagine. You know, why not they take vacations all the time? It's because they have money scattered everywhere. That's why they take vacations all the time. And we are trying to see if whatever we generate, we can use it to make Biafra blow up, Biafra land. Try to help, because scholarships will be awarded, grants will be awarded for anything that would propagate the Biafra struggle back home. So this is the essence. And we're trying to allow our people to understand it. We are not trying to usurp power from the authority. No, we're not even interested in power.
And we have to emphasize, it's not Central Bank of Biafra. It's different. It's not the government Biafra, people.
Name we are trying to sell. And we need to understand that nobody has a monopoly of that name. Because I've been going on Facebook back and forth with the authority, and I'm like, look, nobody has authority, a monopoly on the name Biafra. If we understand that, and look,
if they do now, it would have been left with Ojukwu and them. Nobody else should be mentioning it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say, go after, if you know what you can do, so let Biafra come tomorrow, do it. So what's that? If you're not doing something that is going to make Biafra come tomorrow, why is everybody not applauding it? Why are they trying to downplay it and make it look as if some people are trying to grab power? We're not power grabbers. We don't need it. We have our titles. We all have our titles.
My dear, we have the student loan to prove it. Degrees upon degrees. Degrees upon degrees everywhere. Certifications.
Yes. We want people to understand this. We are not miscreants. We are highly educated women. We have degrees back at home. We can make it another degree. And we see back to back to back degree, because that's the only way you can survive in this country. So it's not a matter of, having some epulefus, trying usurp the entity. Nobody is trying to do that. And one thing we also want to make known is that a letter was actually written to me. So I don't know where the problem is coming from. I don't know why, the ones that are going out there, everybody is now trying to downplay what intelligent women are doing. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
My dear,
sense.
no one will intimidate us. That's what you have to get through your thick brain. No one.
The oh yes men. We want things to work. We want to diversify. We want to go and wake up those people that are sleeping. We want to wake up the Biafrans that are sleeping. In Houston here every weekend, the party. And yesterday I kept talking about Biafra and they were still looking at me like the Joneses. You understand? We want to go out there.
Yeah, but when you mention the bank, they will wake up.
In all honesty, I'm not kidding. When you tell them, hey, we're trying to have a bank in 2020, they were like, oh yeah. And I'm like, you know what your interest rate would be because you're Biafran, if you commit to this or whatever, because we know how the system works. We know, so we want the authority to understand that we are not grabbing power from you. We're not even interested in what power.
Remotely interested, even.
We're not interested in the power. We are not even in what you are doing is good enough. You are out there propagating the struggle. We are out here trying to help you propagate the struggle further. So we're not trying to usurp you because that is the mentality.
Yes.
Oh, look at this thing I do. No. We're not into that. Try and understand that you are dealing with very smart and intelligent women. And that we are here to help. That's what we're trying to do. Not to bring it down. No, nobody is bringing down the structure. Nobody.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. Thank you.
Lament. You are you seeing? No, we cannot continue to lament. When you open Facebook, the only thing you see is how somebody's hand is cut off, the head is cut off, the body is massive. No. We are tired of all those. Those things they cause nightmare. In case you all don't understand, they cause nightmare. They cause depression. They cause psychosis. In case you all don't understand, when you see those things, you don't sleep for weeks for days.
My dear, some of them are sleeping, Some of them are sleeping, hanging out, planning stuff. It's you and me that have conscience that is not sleeping, Some of them, they are sleep. They are watching the video and falling asleep. It's not like you. No.
See how I don't like seeing all those things because they don't get out of my system for weeks, for months, even for years. So you understand. But if we start filtering in news that will uplift our people, they will start looking at it from a different perspective. So our supported authority should if I were there, I would embrace this thing in all totality and make it move forward faster than I can imagine. Instead of trying to pull it down, or maybe because it's coming from women, this why so why we are looking for things that would work.
Right there.
Where we work, we have secretarial positions. Where we work, we have our businesses that we run. Where we work, we are our own CEO in a little way. So when you are a CEO, you're a manager, you are an owner of a particular investment or industry or whatever or company, you would want to see to it that it brings a dividend, unprecedented dividend.
Yes, outstanding.
We're not here to usurp power. We're not here to take power from whomever. We're not here to take
My dear Biko, I think you've done a good job. We really have to move. We really have to move past that.
Yeah.
The good news is that our brother Okay Ugu said, I support you people, my sister. So our brothers are getting it. We have to do more than shouting they are killing us. Okay, these are the things that we want to hear. We want people to start, thinking our killing us is what? No, what wants people that will bring something to the table and not beggars. They don't want beggars. That's why he got a business proposal. Yeah, will not get sell or their business partners. So what the hell do they have to do with Indian ATL? They are killing us, so they're killing us. So EU, take notice. So no. Go ahead.
Yes, sisters. You need to show the world the type of nation you intend to build. It's show and tell, when you want to say, this is the type of nation we want to build. So is there a nation where women will not have a voice? Is there a nation where women cannot do certain things that they can do? How do you show the world that what you want to build is a serious nation? It's by the things you say right now, the things you project out there. So we are not here to beg the world. We are here to, like Sister Apple said, we are here to prove to the world that we have what it takes
to own a nation and to run a nation. Because the world wants to see what you're doing, not hear what you're saying. When you say you do, then the world will believe you. Like my sister Augusta said, we've been doing these things in different capacities. Now we want to move on to do it for our people. We should be commended. As simple as that. Because if you don't, because it's critical, the world is watching us. They are listening. If you don't, you are already selling a negative thing to the world. You're telling the world that is not a nation you want. That you want
women are not welcomed.
Yes, that women are not welcome in the detention camp. That is not a nation you're building in detention camp. You're forming a tyrant, you know, when it's everything I say that will happen. What is different from zoo and the museum that you are now trying to project? So we will be very careful with certain things when we say certain things because the world is watching us. And there's some people that you talk to and they say, oh, this is my fear, why I'm not joining the struggle. So when you bring out these tendencies, you are confirming the people's fear.
Yes.
That thing that is keeping them away from joining you. That say, you see, these people are not reasoning very well. You see, that's why I don't want to join them. And we say, no, we must have it, whether they join us or not. We must do it. We'll go and kill them. We'll go and fight. This is 21st century. They do things differently in 2020. People do things differently. It's not the one that you carry gun and run up and down in Africa, go like in Congo, killing children, killing women, traumatizing the whole world, cutting throats. Me and the board, they don't have to see. Like Boko Haram. You don't want that. There are many ways to do things, very strategic ways to do things. Like we keep saying, you do your own, we do our own. Stay on your lane. I stay on my lane. We have different talents. We have different gifts. We have different training. Nobody's dragging anything with anybody, like Sister Augusta said. You just have to understand your limitations as a human being. Understand your gifts. Understand your boundaries. And understand your limitations. Like my sister has said, even just being an American child, the places an American child can go, you, an old woman, an old man, he might not enter there. Because the child is an American citizen. Why won't you use the potentials you have? Why are you stopping yourself? You just look at your foot, stab your foot. Are you ready to run? If you stab your foot, you're not ready to move. Thank you, my sisters. Let me give opportunity for people that are calling in.
Right. Our phone number again is +1. We're about to end. +1 643 7283 or +7 774 338 0942. We have a brother that made a comment. He said that I guess he claimed that he likes me and all this stuff that the leadership told them that Uchemefo said he went through the back door, whatever. The bank thing did not go through them or whatever. So, but this is not an IPOB bank, my brother. This is an initiative formed by Biafrans for Biafrans. As you can see from this video, he just posted that video 7 months ago. This is what our Indian counterparts are doing here in the United States. This is one of their banks called Allegiance Bank. Here I came to my mail. It's one of the local newspapers. So they are actually running an ad on this local newspaper to promote their bank. So it's not an IPOB bank. And we want to clarify that neither is it going to be the Central Bank of Biafra. I don't know if you guys are, up to the challenge to understand that. It's not going to be the central bank. This is just a bank that we could have easily named Islamic Bank of Houston if we wanted to. We could have named it Jihadist Bank, but we chose to name it Biafra Bank because we are going to open this bank. So who else deserves the honor if not the Biafra that we are trying to project? See it from that perspective. It's not their project. These are Biafrans, like my sister Augusta said. When you mention to your brothers and sisters here, because they are so comfortable, when you mention the word Biafra to them, they are not even serious. They don't even understand. They are so entrenched in working 20 jobs. They don't understand that it's the zoo country that kept them in the situation that they are. It's the zoo country that caused you to leave the zoo. Is the zoo country that causes you to live with a husband and a wife that doesn't speak to you? The wife will cook fridge, cook soup. Do you know you guys, they have fridge here that have lock? I didn't know that. These women will live with their husband. They will not be talking to each other because they want to save money. The man wants to finish his mansion in the zoo country. The woman wants to buy the latest vehicle. So they will manage to stay in the same household. They don't talk to each other. So the woman now will go and buy a fridge. They have one in America that has a key. When she cook her soup, she will lock it up there. The zoo country caused that stress in the marriage. These same people around here working 20 jobs, they don't realize it's the zoo country that is causing your brother that have finished major in double major in engineering, and he cannot get a job. They don't understand it's the zoo country that is causing you to have 20 jobs because you're helping your brothers and sisters. Your husband is helping his brothers and sisters, and by the time you know it, some of our children will become useless. And then you and your husband are not talking to each other because you're working too much. They don't realize it's the zoo country that caused them to be posting themselves at 70 years of age. You got Hyundai by hair on hotel. No, so one have picture. Thank God for my life. You will never see the American counterpart doing that. It's called arrested development. So they have been so destroyed by the Maggie effect. They are not able to put all these things together. How they can be on a honey this thing house. So workers. Do you know bees there? They will be working and working until the day they will die. That's how they are created. We have become the workers in the bee hives. I never know then buy whatever we sustain during the way, whether it's our house or our car, then we get it. If not, you will be working and you die. They have not given themselves, they don't even have time to sit down and process what's going on to them. When you mention Biafra restoration, they don't want to hear. As soon as you mention bank, all of a sudden eyes will open, which is okay. If that's what it takes to open the eyes, that's fine. We will use it to do what we want, because if the bank becomes successful, it will eventually help to bring prosperity in Biafra land. That is the idea. So it doesn't stop you guys from opening. We should have 50 Biafra bank. We should have Bank of Biafra, United Bank of Biafra, BBB of Biafra. Anything Biafra we must have to continue to propagate our agenda. So we're not taking any power, my brother. I love you. Thank you for being honest. We are not fighting with anyone. We are not disagreeing with anyone. But the last thing you want to do at this critical point in time is for you to be a tyrant. Is for anybody to think that this name Biafra belongs to them. Because next year, Sister Augusta, are we still up to tax to open up the Biafra restaurant?
You want, right? Still working on it.
So we are getting our recipe down, you know. So we are still going to do things in the name of Biafra, and we are not going to ask anybody for permission. So don't get frazzled when you see our Biafran restaurant or our Biafran mall on air, on the Facebook or whatever. You start panicking. Did anybody approve it? You're not going to approve it. We have the money. We don't need you to approve it. We got the cash. There is nothing for you to approve. Don't you see that you're on the Facebook ranting will not help you? We got the money. We are calling on those that has jobs. We are calling on people that got the money. We are calling on people that has sense, not people that are confused about where we are going. We are calling on people that matters. We are not interested in ranters and haters and jealousy people. No, we are looking for investors, for God's sake. And for your information, we have properties here that are in millions that we decide to sell our property and put it in the bank. You don't get to do anything about that. It's my money. Don't you see? Don't you see that the ball is in my court? If I want to do this to elevate my people, you don't get to give me permission to do it because it's my money. Sister, your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, thank you, my lovely sisters. This is your sister, Abalamre. I'm calling from United States of America.
They won't watch
Philadelphia, to be precise. Yes. I'm very happy at what you guys are pursuing, because I can see that in anything that we need to do that has to move, the women have to be there, because our men have really, really, pulled the map on our feet. So we have to really come out and do what we need to do. I don't know exactly what the topic of today is, but I'm very, very impressed with what I have heard so far when I went back to your page to go through and listen to the videos. I heard about the bank, which was the recent one, and I'm very, very impressed with it.
Thank you.
And I see no reason why I heard about the bank that we are trying to open.
Yes.
To help our people here in America. Yes. I see no reason why anybody should be against that bank, because that is what other indigenous used to help their people.
My dear, we have evidence here. Look at it. Hold on, this thing. Are you seeing it? Allegiance Bank owned by Indian, one of their banks here in the Houston area. Go ahead.
Yes. So we need to really come together and support one another in this. Not people talking against it and saying, no, we shouldn't do it. No. This is a very important project that we have to come together and put in our blood, our life in it, because we're doing this thing for our children. We need to stop focusing on the wrong priorities. I heard you people talking about Maggie. Yes, that thing is a killer. I've stopped using Maggie in my house for almost 2 years. Because there is a lot of things that we are doing and using that we have no idea the damage that it is causing to our pineal gland. So this project is something that I hold dearly with, because I know how other indigenous use it to prosper themselves. We have to start it while others are doing the needful, whatever they need to do. We have to be able to support everybody, whoever that has something that can help us. We need to support those people and not segregate it. But trying to backslide the person. No, we have to be supportive. So I am really, really in support of this project. And I am hoping that other people will see reason and see the need and see how important it is. Already we are going to be in the census, and that is going to play another major role.
Yes.
And when this bank comes into play, it's going to help us a lot.
Yes.
But we then Facebook are calling whoa, all the time. No action.
No action.
No action. And then when they kill us, they've killed us, they've done this. Can they hide us? What have we done so far? This is one of it. And some of us are trying to cut it down. Maybe because they are not part of it. We need to stop that nonsense. This project must stand.
You say?
Every hand will be on deck.
As long as my sisters are involved, you will stand the child. I'm calling on my sisters. I'm calling on my sisters to wake up and do the needful.
That is it. It must stand, and so shall it be.
You say?
I see no reason why anybody should be against this project. If you are against this project, you are against the future of your children. You are against the comfort of your children, because we can no longer hold our hands and not doing anything. No, this project has to stand, and that is where I stand.
He's so much
thank you so much, my sisters. I'm very proud of you guys, and I like what we are about to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Power to the African women. You know, this whole thing makes sense though. You know, Bible has always been the standard for us to revisit things. If you guys remember, for you followers, if you guys remember when Jesus was here, he didn't have a female follower. Most of his most of his disciples, all of them were men. Jesus taught them, instructed them, slept with them, prayed for them, fed them, washed their feet, give them all the signs and wonders and signs and symptoms. At the end of the day, they are the one that forgot what to do for Jesus when he died. They are the one that forgot that Jesus, according to the Jewish tradition, what in the world? Call out your name and where you're calling from. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Italy.
Go ahead, Machineke. We are blessed and highly favored, and you?
Bless God. Bless Okikeshukwu.
You say?
And to not waste your time, oh, when you should do like this, I have something to say.
Okay.
Because I have some information on newspaper last time that before February 2020, that some millions of Nigerians, according to the zoo, they are not going. They will not have access to their accounts anymore.
Yeah. Yes, it's true news.
Which people are those millions of Nigerians that will not have access to their accounts anymore?
Mm-hmm.
They are only the only Igbos, the business Igbo men.
Yes.
Or Igbo women.
They are the only one that have money in their account now.
And close all our accounts. Please kindly publish this information, and so that all the Igbos, those people that have accounts in Nigeria bank, should withdraw all their money before February 11, the last date they give. They should withdraw all their money. Keep it in the house. If they don't have anywhere to keep it, they should keep their money in the house till we open the bank we are talking about.
Yes, my brother. And it's so funny. Do you know how your God works? This Chukwukabiyama that we serve. We didn't even know about this when we are planning for this bank. This is the same thing we said when we were telling people, don't eat Fulani's meat, boycott Fulani services. All of a sudden, as soon as we started that campaign, they started showing where they are having sex with cows and all this stuff and nama and all these kind of animals. God has positioned us, the mothers, to see things, because we are the ones that give birth to all these people, to see things ahead of time. But each time we say it, the power that be will not allow it to go through. The same reason now we started this bank now, not knowing what these zoo people was planning for our people. Do you see how at the end of the day that this you or your mothers are we the mothers that will ultimately, because these are our children. These are our children. I don't know what we are fighting for here. My brother, to answer your question, we'll definitely put that information out there for our people. Withdraw your money. That's a good one, brother.
I have already told my brothers and sisters that they go and withdraw all their money.
Yeah.
Give them the information. They should go and withdraw all their money from bank. Keep it in the house. It is better. If I end my account, they open for me because I'm in Italy. They should help me to go there and withdraw. My last born, they have the access to the account. They should go there and withdraw both my own, everything. Keep it in the house.
Yes. Yes, let's see who that their stupid law will apply to. Nah, thank you so much. Thank you. So, as we were saying about the story, as a matter of fact, let me let my sister, she's more biblical than I am. Let me let you tell them the story about how at the end of the day, even with our go ahead, sister, you know what I mean.
Yes, my sister. See, God is a perfect God. Everything he does has a reason and a purpose. When he created woman, the word women, he had something in his mind. He always whispers to women. The sensitivity of women is very high. That's how God made it. He whispers to them what we have not heard, women will hear it. So like my sister, the story my sister was saying, when Jesus was on earth, he had disciples, he had the men, because he needed strong people that would go and fight and do all those things and everything. But it was the women that knew that our Lord died. According to the Jewish culture, we need to anoint his body. So they went back on the third day, because on Friday, that's a Sabbath day. Because of Sabbath, they couldn't do it. The people that buried Jesus Christ just buried him and went away, because the time for Sabbath was up and people needed to move. But they still remembered to go back, that there's something we have not done. No, let's go back and do it. And you know what? When they got there, that's when they realized that Jesus has woken. Has been his risen. They were the first to announce the resurrection of Jesus Christ. They are not the ones that went back to the disciples to tell them he is risen. Peter said, "Are you sure? What do you mean?" Even Thomas was saying, "No, if I don't put my hand inside the hole in his hand, I will not believe." So women have always played strategic role in the world. God does not joke with women. He ministers to them directly because they are the ones populating the world. They are the ones bearing these children and bringing out these children. How will God not tell us what needs to be done? Like in what we are referring to, even in this struggle, several times we have warned, we have put things out there that this is what is going to, we need to do. Before you know it, something will happen to show that this is what we ought to have done. We told our people to go into farming, that we need to be food sufficient first before we do anything. We need to farm and get our food. It's not everywhere that Fulani herdsmen are sending their cows. We say, go to your backyard, go and do these things. Before you know it, they close borders. They said no more food. Then like that, we called our people and say, move your products, move your things, relocate from certain dangerous places in Africa. Relocate from some places in Africa. Before you know it, they say clean them in South Africa and Angola, cutting human beings like anyhow. And the last time we do, so many times we have in this show told our people it's time to do so thing. Before they even started running our businesses, the economic sabotage and everything, we say form cooperatives, move. Now again, we start talking about this bank. Before you know it, these people came, they want to take off. Because like the brother said, the target is against us.
Yes, nobody else.
Yes, who are the people that keep money in the bank? Who are the people that travel abroad? Even when we are abroad, we have local accounts where we used to send money to our people. But now they want to close all that. Can't you see it's economic sabotage?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it possible? Because we are still banking with them. We are still doing everything with their system. We say we need to have our own system. Emergency, opposite so immediately, fast. We need to start pulling away. How can you pull away when you're just there, marinating yourself in their system? We are able. We say we are able. We are able to go up this mountain and take Biafra. We are able. And these are the things that we are already doing. And nobody can stop us. We are not begging, no. Nobody can stop us. Because this is what we are born. And we are going to do it. Everything that Chukwuka said we will do it. If you put your hand on the road, Chukwuka will cut it. I said, if you put your hand on the road, Chukwuka will cut it. Because we are hearing direct from heaven. Cut it off. Don't try us. Don't try Biafra women. Do not try us. Do not try us. If you're not hearing from God, better than start hearing. Just don't allow your envy and jealousy to stand on our way because we are daughters of the land. We are connected to the land and we are here to restore the land. Thank you, my sister.
It is that simple. Sister Augusta, your closing statement.
Yes, Sister Muna, as you rightly said, we are here to do what is needful. And this is one hell of a project that is needful. We want it, we need it. We are praying that Chukwuka Biama would help us to get to the bottom of this. We are praying that he's going to send investors that understand what we are talking about and help us propagate our nation. This will go a long way because we've been saying this over and over. The Biafrans living here in America, they are the sleeping ones. They don't want to wake up to reality. But the idea of the bank has woken them up. They ask a lot of questions. A whole lot of them want to commit. So that is the idea. By the time we have this, we will not be able to flaunt it on their faces that, hey, Biafra has come to stay. And as you rightly said, Sister Muna, the Biafran bank is not the same, it's not going to be the same as the Central Bank of Biafra. If that is the problem, it's not going to be the same thing as the Central Bank of Biafra will be located in Biafra land. But the Biafran bank is to at least get our people keyed into how America works. It has worked for the Indians. It has worked for the Vietnamese. You don't see a Vietnamese looking for a job. No. Because each time they come here, no matter how they come here, they have the right to go to their bank and borrow money and start businesses. And the kind of businesses they start, they employ their own people. And no matter what, you cannot go to any of these banks and borrow loans. You cannot. We've tried it. You cannot go to any of these banks to borrow loans because you are not from there. You are not an indigenous person to that community. The Indians have it. Have you seen an Indian person looking for a job here in the United States or in UC? They don't, because they have this strong pact that is moving them forward. And we're trying to tell our people that these things work in America. We're trying to get our America, because that number has said that America will get us Biafra. And these are the ideas we've been pushing forward, so that our people would key into it. They will key into this situation and we'll get Biafra going. I'm just so shocked that they're thinking that we're trying to usurp power with this, but we are not. I hope that our people will read between the lines, they will know the truth, and the truth will set all of us free. Thank you, Sister Mona, Sister Ekwe. Thank you, audience, for listening.
Thank you, my dear. My dear, we are looking for people that got money, not people that has Facebook accounts. I mean, that's good too. They were looking for both Facebook account and money. So if you don't have money, don't comment, don't send. Yeah, you can thank us and praise us, but we are not here. We're not asking permission from you, okay? We are looking for investors, my dear. This is serious work. This is not part of or they are killing us or here. We're not showing off. We are showing out. We are about to bring this to fruition. So we call on lovers of freedom and defenders of equity and liberty to stand and be counted. We must understand that this struggle belongs to all of us. Every Biafran is a stakeholder, and we know that Biafra restoration is our civic duty. We need to fight together, facing one enemy. There's one enemy that we have is the Nigerian government, represented by their Fulani counterparts and British colonial masters and everybody else against Biafra restoration. We do not want to sit down and wait for orders from no one. They will give you orders when it comes to the freedom fighting, but when it comes to other things that make sense for Biafra restoration, we need you to execute. We need you to execute it immediately. You do not need an order to boycott Fulani goods and services. You do not need an order to stop attending any church, still praying for one Nigeria, or flying their useless flags. We do not need orders to boycott all celebrities not using their voice to help our people. We do not need an order to market Biafra any way that we can, including Biafra Bank. Any way that we can, you do not need an order. So even if it means painting your business Biafran color, renaming your business with Monarchy Beauty Shop Biafra, however you want to insert Biafra in there, that's what we are asking for. The Muslims have an agenda to rule the world from the beginning. They see this world as a battleground. Once you are born, you start fighting. They announce it and they divide it into different sections. Some of them are in labor, some of them are in politics, some of them are in business, some are in banking as we speak, some of them are marrying our daughters, some of them are carrying cows around, waiting for signals to start killing our people. Some of them are into terrorism, some of them are into any kind of businesses in Africa, London, and America. Some of them are going to their jihadists to learn how to kill and massacre at will. The Fulani's assignment is to conquer Nigeria and dip their Quran in the Atlantic Sea, and our men are sitting there because of Maggie effect, gossiping, going on their radio, ranting about things that does not concern them, crying foul, posting pictures. They are killing us pictures. We are watching you pictures. We are putting you on notice pictures. And we, the mothers, are saying, no, we need to do more than that. Like my sister rightfully said, Ana no fuebe kibe mom. This mom, I got buzz everywhere. Chineke na everywhere to kill the mom. That's why we are all over the world. He has strategically placed us there for us to play a specific role. So what you need to do is to go and ask God, what is that role that you want me to play? And start playing it. He did not, nobody sent you there. No leader sent you there, whatever, maybe your parents help you or your siblings, but you were, was strategically allowed to happen so that in a time like this, you, the ordinary Biafran, the nobody the Biafran, I am shy Biafran, I cannot speak Biafran, I don't want to be seen Biafran. God placed you there for you to go and do something impactful for your people. So start from wherever you are. If you need help, that's what we're here. We want to collaborate. We want to work with everybody in any capacity that they may find themselves. You don't have to be at the top. You don't have to be in the middle. You don't have to be at the bottom. We just need you to have an idea, and we will help you move it if you don't know how to move it. My sister have said a time with that number, form cooperatives. Sometimes if you have an idea, you cannot execute it, it will die in your head. So what do? You go and sell your ideas. You get people that believe in your ideas, and they will help you move your product. Please, 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 do not wait for an order. This is not an IPOB project. This is a Biafran project doing this to help other Biafrans. And our prayer is that as we help Biafrans here, we will also help Biafrans at home. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. For some reason, I don't know what Facebook did to this account. People are not able to respond. Some people are not able to respond. I don't know if it was a block. So thank you guys till we see next week. And we'll end our show. So go online, share our video. The video is doing so well. One of our brothers have posted it on his Facebook account. My goodness, it has generated over 1,000 view, 100,000 view. It's generated a lot, almost 2.5 on YouTube. So it's actually, and it's all positive, really, in defense of our people. It's all positive. It's some group of people that think they own Biafra name that are angry. But typical people that will be head them, they don't understand they head them. They have no problem with these Biafra bankers at all. According to them, it's a welcome development. One brother said is the most tangible thing that he has heard since he joined the restoration project. So we are doing good. If you have an idea, do not wait for an order, bring it out there, show it to your brothers and sisters, and encourage others to come up with their own. Thank you guys so much.
I've got a message to tell the world. Every race, every language, please answer when I call. I'm called to be the voice of the voiceless, hope of the hopeless, love and sanity, defend humanity, cause this is how it's meant to be. Nobody can keep us down until we have freedom at last. Biafra will become a star in the world. Nobody can keep us down until we have freedom at last. Biafra will become a star in the world. We need to build a future where the rich and poor, the young and old is one. Let's build a nation where everyone is treated as equal. We need justice, fairness, peace and harmony, love and dignity, defend humanity, cause this is how it's meant to be. Nobody can keep us down until we have freedom at last. Biafra will become a star in the world. Nobody can keep us down until we have freedom at last. Biafra will become a star in the world. So every nation who believes in freedom, come and help us. We cannot do it alone, we don't want war. We just want our own. Nobody can keep us down until we have freedom at last. Biafra will become a star in the world. Nobody can keep us down until we have freedom at last. Biafra will become a star in the world.